morning, 6B.
Good morning, Mr. Schönfeld.
Sit down, please.
So this is a math class here, right?
This is a math class, yes.
And what the kids are how old here generally?
Fritz, how old are you?
12.
12. How many kids are 12 here? Okay, the majority. So this would be basically 6th grade, I guess, in the U.S. Yeah. And this is a math class. And what type of school is this?
Realschule.
Realschule.
Secondary school.
Secondary school.
Like that, yes.
Okay. And the kids will go to this school up till which level?
To the 10th grade.
10th grade. So at 10th grade, they'll be approximately what age?
At about 15 or 16.
15 years old. And then that's when many will get an apprenticeship somewhere.
Yes, they can decide whether to have an apprenticeship or whether to go to further school.
Okay.
Either to gymnasium, something like that.
Okay. And if I can...
I must learn Russian.
Okay. So you speak Russian, or you don't?
In early times.
Okay. But real quick. So you're the math teacher here. Generally, what type of math are the kids learning here? Are they learning algebra yet? Do they
Algebra and geometry.
do they learn algebra at this level?
Ja. Algebra lernen die schon, ne?
Ja.
Yeah. And they're learning geometry?
Ja.
Is it algebra at a low level or a higher level, or just beginning?
Beginning.
Beginning algebra. So but that's standard. And did they start learning algebra now or at the beginning of the year?
In class 5 already. Haben die schon in der 5. Klasse Algebra gehabt?
Ja.
Yes. This is their 2nd year of algebra.
Second year of algebra. So they started algebra last year. That's pretty standard.
Yes.
Wow. So that's far ahead of the United States, because the U.S. would not start algebra. U.S. generally would be starting algebra at they're about a year ahead, maybe, on average. And they learn geometry. And what else?
Ja, mit Winkeln.
Angles?
Angles, things like that. This is one of the PE rooms. You can see this is how they do all their exams. And they separate all the kids so they can't look and possibly cheat. And anyways, looks like a PE class is going on in here right now. Some type of volleyball. And these kids are the grade 11, so they're about 17 years old. So here's a school. What's the name of this one?
Pestalozzi-Schule.
Pestalozzi-Schule.
You can see it's the Swiss, can you say, teacher, yeah.
Okay, but basically here in Germany, for special education students, kids of low IQ, they keep them in, they don't integrate them within the other classes. They're in their own school.
They plan to do that, but not mentally disabled.
Oh, they are going to integrate them, but not the mentally disabled
No.
ones. They will stay in their own.
No.
What's the name of this school here, the pronunciation?
Lebenshilfe?
And what does that mean in German?
Yeah, helping to live.
Helping to live.
Yeah.
And this school, they differentiate their special ed a little bit. The other one would be for learning problems, mild learning problems, and this is for severe emotional
Yes.
and physical
Yes.
type of problems. So
Exactly.
they actually have a different level to help those kids. But it's a pretty good program, right?
Of course, yes. You've got them all in one place.
Sure.
And we communicate a lot among
Right.
each other.
And what about kids that need like actual medical care during the day? They would have it here?
Yeah, here.
Maybe a nurse on staff or something like that?
Yeah, the hospital is not far away from here.
Okay. So what type of school are we at here now? This is it says Hauptschule, but it's really a what?
Yeah, it's a school. I think we've got the gymnasium, we've got the secondary school, and below that is the Hauptschule, which mainly teaches the students to learn some skills like being a plumber or being a carpenter or something like that.
Right.
It's more a practical education.
Okay. So as far as like math, they just give them basically what they're going to need, rather than try to give them all the sorts of algebra and things like that.
Yes, but on a rather low level.
Rather low level. I want to make sure you're the principal at what school? What's the name of your school?
It's the Siegmund-Lowe-Schule.
Okay. And again, your name?
Uwe Schönfeld.
Okay. And that's your first and last name?
Uwe is my first
Okay.
name and Schönfeld is my family
Okay.
name.
Again, I'm not familiar with the German language, but interesting point, and I've seen this in more and more schools in Germany. You're the principal, so you're the main director of the school, but yet you still teach classes. And how
Yes.
many classes do you teach?
I teach 2 classes this year.
Two classes
two English classes,
per day,
yes.
or 8 lessons a week,
8
right?
lessons a week, yes.
Which is averages how many lessons per day?
2 lessons per day.
2 lessons. And a
On
normal
average, yeah.
teacher teaches how many lessons per day?
Normally 24
Or
lessons per week.
or about, that would be 5 lessons a day? Something
On
like
average,
that, on
yes.
average. So you're teaching 8 lessons on average a week, and you're the principal. That's not a common thing in the United States. What's the philosophy on that? Why do they have that here?
Yeah, they want me to stay in contact with the kids, with the students. Yes.
Okay. And do you think it's, does it take away from your,
No, it doesn't take me away from my work in administration.
okay,
It's a good thing, I
Right.
can say, for me, yeah.
how many kids do you have in your school?
Approximately 700.
Okay. Do you have an assistant director?
Yes.
Okay. And what, does he spend the majority of his time on discipline problems?
No,
No.
we've got very few problems here.
Okay.
Fortunately.
Because I would say the great amount of time that most assistant directors spend in the United States is
Yes.
on discipline. That's,
No, he spends most of his time on organizing things.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And maybe he goes into classrooms and evaluates teachers and pedagogy and things like that, or no?
Seldom. Very seldom.
So do you have to do that, or is that,
Yeah, normally it's my task.
That's
to,
your
to
task.
care about discipline problems.
okay, great.